welcome to the Big Pitch Night, which features our future founders and their new businesses. On behalf of the Business Innovation and Growth Center and the College of Business and Technology, we welcome you to the Big Center NIEU, which opened in May of 2023. Big Center's mission is to empower entrepreneurs to dream, create, and grow their businesses among forward-thinking creators and doers. I'd love to introduce Jessica, the Executive Director of the Big Center.
All right. Well, welcome everybody tonight. We're so excited to have you here. I'm so proud of our cohort of 5 very strong women who have endured, right, this whole semester, the weirdness of 2025, 4 of which are students currently, some who are in graduate programs. On top of everything, they've committed so much time and effort to this endeavor of hopefully starting their own businesses right after this, at least laying the groundwork, right, for their future as founders, right? So I love this course because we are in the business of de-risking. We are in the business of educating. We're in the business of compassion, right? Like of making a space for people to say, I want to do this one day. I don't maybe know when or how, but I want to start the steps towards it. And I feel like our instructors, our mentor, our coaches, our judges, our college, right, as a College of Business and Technology, is setting the groundwork for something really beautiful to happen in the future here. So thank you to each of our future founders who've been in the cohort, and thank you to all who join us tonight. Thank you again. I will turn it over to Jay. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Jessica. So let's welcome our first pitch here, Holly Belter, which will talk about integrated coaching and functional healing.
All right, so right now I want you to think of the one thing in your life where you feel stuck. That heavy, immovable weight in your chest. That stagnant energy. It's the invisible wall between who you are and who you are meant to be. Now imagine that weight dissolving. That is what Elevate and Anchor does. I'm Holly Belter, and I help people get unstuck into a soaring place to BYOB, be your own breakthrough. For a high-performing man, divorce isn't just a legal battle. It's a biological and performance crisis. When your internal operating system crashes, you lose your edge. The boardroom, your presence as a father, and your control over your legacy. Traditional therapy is a software solution for a hardware problem. It tries to talk through the past, but ignores the system lag. The trauma stored in your nervous system that keeps you reactive, exhausted, and stuck. We provide a hardware reset through somatic recollaboration. We manually override your internal autopilot to flush stress hormones and restore clarity in weeks, not years. We optimize your energetic flow. We use frequency-based tools to move your brain from a high-stress beta waves into a high-performance alpha state. By mastering autonomic regulation, you stop leaking energy to old stress and start projecting an unshakable command presence. This is a $150 million annual market. High-income men are starving for efficiency and permanence. They aren't looking for a Band-Aid. They are investing in a lasting solution. Our flagship Sovereign Man Intensive program is a $12,000 per client investment. We operate as a high-margin boutique firm, ensuring an elite experience with an initial annual revenue of $150,000. Our competitive moat: we combine the rigor of clinical psychology coaching and the power of somatic and energetic collaboration to achieve embodying sovereignty, a permanent transformation. Our beta validation phase proved the model with a 9.5 out of 10 resonance score. We confirmed that our system audits provide the immediate shifts high-level leaders demand before they return to their empires. To scale from a proven concept to a national brand, we are seeking $250,000 in strategic capital investment. These funds will build our proprietary tech infrastructure, acquire top-tier talent, and penetrate high-trust networks through strategic partnerships. Our 3-year vision is to become the national standard for high-performance recovery. I am inviting you to invest in the foundation of a brand that is reclaiming sovereignty for the men who lead our world. Thank you.
All right, judges.
Thank you.
I have a question. What is autonomic regulation?
That's where you're like unconscious competence, where you don't even have to like think about it and you're just automatically regulating. Like if you walk into a room and you're feeling somebody's energy is off, you don't pick up on that energy and take it on. You know, you're self-aware and you're self-control, where you don't have to let those things, you know, control you, but you're controlling yourself. You know how to regulate, you know, other things that are going, like it could be a busy, crazy work day and there's just a lot of stress and everything else, but you know, calm yourself, maybe take some breaths, do some, you know, like somatic humming, that, you know, the vibration and everything else calms you down. You could do like some tapping on certain areas that are like all stagnant and intense. So it's just, you're regulating yourself. You're just, you know, in an unconscious competence. It just kind of automatically just flows.
Thank you.
I do have a question.
Yes.
And again, thank you so much for going through that.
Yes.
I've done that a couple of times, and you know,
It's not easy.
But that's that way to power through it. It's
Yes,
awesome.
well, thank you.
It's a very interesting. It's a very interesting concept. I like your segmentation. I like that you're identifying. You know, like you're looking to, you know, differentiate to a more affluent client base. My question for you is like, because without knowing the basis, is this more of like is this a meditative type of a rooted approach, or is this like rooted in psychology? Like, what's the basis for the
Yes, it's kind of like a collaboration, a collective, holistic approach, you know, an ancient healing techniques and, you know, taking it from different fields, you know, working with different professionals in the field, you know, it could be, you know, a clinical psychologist, it could be, you know, a professional chef, bringing in, you know, like live energy food that's going to feed your soul and your body to keep you in that state of wellness, and where you can, you know, as we just mentioned, just regulate automatically and not kind of shift off and just go into a mood and a place and then you just can't tap out of it. So it's a collaboration of different backgrounds to pull together.
So, thank you for your presentation. And it's a two-part question. Why did you decide on this type of business? Like, what got us in this business model?
Well, I am going to go to grad school to get my licensure in psychology, and I have a mentor right now who is a doctor of psychology, and he's, you know, we've just been talking and everything else, and one of the things that came up that led to this was the high rate of suicide among men compared to women. It's very high. And these men just feeling, you know, isolated and just not knowing after divorce specifically, you know, how to get back out there in the world after all they've known, you know, all those years was their family, their life and everything else. And then, you know, putting yourself back out there, it's not easy for them. And a lot of them will just go into isolation and just not know how to get out of it.
So do you also, that's a great solution to that, you know, obviously Chicago has a great market, right?
Yeah.
And are you, your competitors, we didn't really discuss any competitors do you have currently right now? Is there something like this? Because what I'm seeing, this is a service that someone pays like a 6-month service fee.
Correct.
And then in those 6 months, you work with that individual, you create maybe a care plan with them on mental health, maybe offer them the retreats or resorts to travel to, you help book those. Are those concierge services that you offer them? Or is it just like package deals?
Well, it does start out with that 6-month, program where you are actually in a group with like-minded peers, same status level and everything, and which is a very strong, way just to stay connected, and to feed off of their energy and their experiences and everything else, and a way for everyone to kind of like help each other as opposed to kind of just doing it one-on-one. But being out there, it's going to be small groups, like 10 people, keep it, at a very exclusive level. And then the extra add-ons, that was, somewhere down the road, like doing the retreats and everything else. This is the 6-week program is more just kind of like the 10 cohort group that kind of like stays together and then just builds each other up.
And so do you have competitors already in the market that are offering these type of services?
There are competitors
Okay.
who, are working, but the thing is, there's not many group sessions. That was the thing that was kind of like lacking. It's more like individual, but I think being in the group is where it's going to fix that problem, being around other peers who are going through the same.
Thank you, I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Holly, for that.
Yes.
Welcoming Robin Bridges tonight from Revolution Hub, where it all starts in the kitchen.
Hi, with Revolution Kitchen, I have a question. How would you feed your family if you had no stove, no oven, very little money, or no money at all? I'm gonna ask you guys to think about that as I take you on a journey through my really big idea. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Just, you were a little quiet, I had to check. Okay. Oops. All right. So Revolution Hub is looking to be a third space community hub located in every neighborhood in Chicago. We want to be a place where communities can gather to nourish each other with food and mutual aid. And that all starts in the kitchen. So the kitchen is a public access community kitchen based out of Revolution Hub. So think Ulta inside of a Target. So the kitchen offers, just gotta make sure I got it right. The kitchen offers community members without adequate kitchen access. Just kidding. Sorry. Offers community members without adequate kitchen access a place to, excuse me, to prepare meals, host workshops, and support each other. So here's what's at the heart of the kitchen. We have individual meal prep coaching, virtual meal prep club. We want to include dietitian access and nutritionist access, as well as taking FSA and insurance billing for memberships. So what makes Revolution Hub different? Well, we're based in a co-op, and we want to use that co-op to create a network of co-ops and grocery stores throughout the city to connect all 77 neighborhoods. So we'll get the word out with weekly local events, robust social media, postcard mailers, and also the kitchen. So the kitchen opens January 3rd. We're starting with a virtual meal prep club, and that'll bring customers who are looking to either get into meal prep or looking for accountability with the meal prep that they already do. These sessions will create a qualified lead pool toward opening a flagship store here in South Shore. Well, south of here in South Shore. Some of our competitors in the area are Amazon, Walmart, food pantries, and there's some commercial grocery giants. But we also have some opportunity partners in the neighborhood, which I'm super excited about. So you remember that question that I asked you guys at the beginning? How would you feed your family if you had no stove, no oven, a little bit of money, and no money at all? Have you come up with anything yet? That's okay. We got time. So Revolution Hub itself will have over 25 different revenue streams. However, the main three are going to be the grocery co-op, Revolution Hub services, and the kitchen. So we'll start with the kitchen's revenue. Our first year, we're expecting about $50,000 to $55,000. That'll jump to $164,000 in our second year when we hire additional staff and offer in-person services. It levels off to about $200,000 in year 3 with the opening of our brick and mortar store. Breathe, everybody. All right. So what's the problem we're actually solving, right? We want to level the food apartheid issues in Chicago, one neighborhood at a time. It's food apartheid, right? I got you. So food apartheid, it points to the systemic and intentional policies that create food inequity in communities of color and low-income neighborhoods. Usually we hear the term food desert. Food desert is a little bit misleading. It sort of points to a natural phenomenon when these things are not natural. So what does that look like in real life? Well, in real life, it looks like having 4 commercial grocery stores for almost 54,000 residents. It looks like having to leave your neighborhood to get your daily needs met. It looks like wasting extra time and extra energy just to do the things that you need to do every day. And just because of the color of your skin and where you live. So it's a three-part problem with one solution. We want to open community-owned spaces where people can gather to, hold on, I wrote this really well. There we go. Gather and have consistent access to healthy food, community resources, and a dignified third space to cook, learn, and support each other. So, who am I, right? Why am I even telling you this? Why am I here? It gets me a little. In Illinois, there's 3.2 million people who use SNAP to buy their food stamps, link, whatever. The question that I've been asking you guys this whole time, how would you feed your family if you had no stove, no oven, very little money or no money at all? Well, I've been answering that question for the last 20-ish years with food prep, meal prep specifically. And for the last 20 years, I've also gotten link. I get an average of about $300 every month that feeds our family of 2 to 6 people, kind of depending on who my kids bring home, right? That averages out to about $6 per person per day. So just think about if you can feed yourself on $6 a day. So what can you do today, right? How can you help? You can join us. What am I asking you for? Take out your phone, scan the QR code, and join the club. Get your ticket. It's totally free. Join the club, bring a friend, and start a revolution. Thank you.
Judges, questions?
Revolution Hub, that is the name of the organization, right? And then,
yeah.
is that the name?
Yeah.
And then within that organization, it's called the kitchen, or?
So that's one of the components of the hub. So the hub will have several components. That's just the one that I'm starting. It's the easiest to open.
Right. It's the most needed too, right?
Yeah.
We have such major food insecurity, especially here in Chicago and area. I mean, that is a large number of Illinoisans on SNAP.
Yeah.
And it's congratulations on the thought of pushing this through. Have you thought about partnering up with the larger storefronts about donating and working with them?
I have actually. I have a few areas in mind that I've been wanting to reach out to, like owners and spaces, to see if maybe they'll donate the space or if they'll donate it for a period of time. Essentially, the hub is running on donations, or at least that's the goal. right? There's appliance stores, and I also live in South Shore, so there's appliance stores in my neighborhood. There's empty storefronts. There's tons of stuff, and if I could use it for a little while, I swear I'll get them some money. I promise.
Have you talked to Aldermanic?
I have reached out to them. That was, it's been tough, but I've reached out to them. I'm reaching out to other community organizations that are near us, and I'll circle back to the alderman perhaps during election season.
And then that's good. And then the food depository, Chicago Food Depository, they've got a lot of pantries.
Yes, yeah,
That you can actually, maybe work with. But congratulations, I love that.
thanks.
It's a very intriguing.
Yes.
I love the fact that your vision is across the city. You're looking at, I mean, it's beautiful. My question in terms of how you're going to structure the enterprise. Are you going to be structuring it as a for-profit business, or are you looking into making it as a nonprofit business? It seems like there's a lot of opportunities and more on the nonprofit side.
Yeah.
And so, I'd be interested to see what your vision is for that.
I've kind of been going back and forth between a regular B Corp or getting a B Corp certification and the nonprofit route. I'm leaning toward the nonprofit route just because it is a co-op and there's that community component that I really want to keep, at least for the flagship store, but ideally for all of them or a majority of them. The other issue, or not issue, I guess, the other component is I want to incorporate for-profit grocery stores. So I feel like having the nonprofit end of that would be beneficial to them in addition to some of the other things that I want to do with them. So
I want to echo what both of them said. I think it's an awesome idea. I also really love that, Chicago, you can see in different neighborhoods who have access to things and who don't. You just see it, you know?
Yeah.
But I also love that it speaks a lot just to the person that you are, that you're still trying to tap into all of the neighborhoods still, which is just so lovely.
Yeah.
It's
My
fun.
family knows I don't do anything small.
That's amazing. My question for you is for your team, your staff, is it mostly just you right now? Is for this particular club that's in January, who's hosting it?
So I'll be running the club. One of the opportunity partners that we've got in the neighborhood is a co-op that just opened. So I'm going to see them next week and hopefully adding them to the team. It's slowly growing. We're getting there.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you, John.
Welcoming Valerie Blackman of Purple Heart Laundry Oasis, innovative laundromat and laundry services for clean comfort and community.
All right, good evening, everyone. How are you? I'm Valerie Blackman of Purple Heart Laundry Oasis. My motto is clean, comfort, and community. So imagine this, it's time for you to do your family's laundry. And unfortunately, you don't have the means to do your laundry within your premises. You have to go out, unfortunately, to a laundromat to do your laundry, whether you have to walk a few blocks, take a bus, what have you. You get there, and of course, it's always either crowded, it's not clean, and then let's fast forward to the fact that you get to a point where you put your clothes in the dryer and you think it's okay. You decide to go outside to have a smoke or go 2 doors down and grab something from a Family Dollar, and you come back and guess what? Your clothes are gone. That actually has happened recently to an acquaintance of mine, realistically. So besides having to walk 2-3 blocks to get to the laundromat, it's just not clean, it's not secure, and you just want to make sure you get to a place where you have something like that. So with Purple Heart Laundry, Oasis. I got a little stuck there. We bring state-of-the-art technology in the machines, you know, to make sure they're secure, make sure that people are comfortable where they're at, and it's like a home away from home. That's what I'm looking at, and I want to make sure people feel comfortable in the environment that they're in. So our target market, obviously, in South Shore, there are multiple unit buildings there, and some have facilities within the units, within the building in the basement. Sometimes they're not clean, sometimes they're just crowded. You have to wait your turn, you have to do all kinds of things. And sometimes people, and I actually have a friend that lives in South Shore that goes all the way to the southwest to wash his or her clothes. So it's just something that people think about. So we cater to the low and moderate income renters, obviously, with no accessible laundry facilities within the property. So how do we make money? Purple Heart Laundry, Oasis makes money basically with the wash and dryer service, the wash and fold service, the pickup and delivery service. There's also going to be vending machines there. I would like to, at some point, activate some semi-private suites where a person who doesn't want to be in the masses with everyone, they can go on and rent a suite so they can be semi-private and do their laundry in there on their own. And some later date, charging stations as well, and some later date, maybe even activate a cafe. So our marketing strategy, obviously, is going to be with social media. We're going to post all kinds of ads on social media, establish a website, make sure we partner with different local stores and businesses, and partners will also promote the senior and veteran discount for different days. As I have on here, Tuesdays, senior discount, and then Thursdays, 10% discounts for military. So the difference between Purple Heart Laundry Oasis is that we bring some specialized services, you know, and all laundromats don't have pickup and drop off. All laundromats do not have wash and fold. So we bring some specialized services, again, with the discounts for the seniors and the veterans, and basically the comforts from home. That's the main thing. Doing laundry is a chore. It really is. And if you have to go to a laundromat, you want to be comfortable doing it. So as I came up with, as of 2026, my forecast is 242,333, with a slight bump up in 2027 to 262,264, and then another jump to 350,000 in 2028. That's the forecast. That's what I'm hoping for. Show me that money. So the team, right now, I am the sole CEO, rather, for Purple Heart Laundry Oasis, and I'll be the main one running the business. With my extensive experience with working at working at a gas utility service company for many years, 33 years, as a matter of fact. Thank you. I retired in 2022. I'm well versed on gas appliances and electric appliances. I know how to work all of that stuff. And actually, even in bringing some of the groundwork underground, I know how to do all of that. So, and then also dealing with customers. You know, I have dealt with many customers in the past, whether it had to do with trying to diffuse a problem or not. In the future, I plan on hiring full-time, and part-time attendants to also help with day-to-day running of the business. And my ask is $200,000 for purchase of a building that I have noticed in South Shore to help with the build-out and the remodeling. And also, I would definitely like to work with someone who has expertise in this type of business. And I want to also establish relationships with vendors and other sources of vending supplies. Okay, again, Valerie Blackman, Purple Heart Laundry Oasis. My email is there. I look forward to visiting you at Purple Heart. Oh, Laundry. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you for listening to me.
Judges, that's cool,
I love the idea of, it's so funny because I talk about this like way too often, having like a cool laundromat to go to. I love the idea that you mentioned about like possibly having a cafe or something in there and making it very homey. I feel like the laundromats are always very chaotic and it's stressful enough to do laundry.
Absolutely.
So I think it's a really cool idea. But for when you, like I guess, initially open, what do you think will be like your main focus of amenities for people coming in? What will set you apart?
The main focus is right now would be just the comfortability, the way that it's established. The machines, I definitely have to have those machines, those updated machines where you use a credit card or something that people are not able to just come in and just steal your clothes. I mean, that's the problem. That's the issue. That's a huge issue. But of course, the way that it looks, the way that it stands out would be the big screen TVs, the comfortable seating, the spots where, this didn't show that, but where the children can, the parents can bring their children. They have a little spot on their own to play. They're safe. So that's what I would do starting out. The cafe and the refreshments, the different food that I would like to serve later on, I would definitely have to work a little bit harder for that. Yes, for sure. But that's what I absolutely want.
So this is, yeah, first of all, I wish there was one of these like across the street from my old apartment in Rogers Park. You're absolutely right in that some of these laundromats, you're like, I don't know what's going on. It's going to eat my clothes. But like, I mean, I guess my question is, because this is kind of more of a differentiated, more upscale type of
It is.
type of a thing. How does that affect your price? Like how, like say like your average laundromat, like I forget, like, because it's like, I know like $1.50 or something.
Right.
How much it costs? Like, I mean, where is the, are you going to be building in more of a price to pay for that amenity?
Yes, I would have to look into that. I don't have the total answer for that right now.
Sure.
But it's definitely in the back of my mind to figure out how I would be able to give those types of services, or not the service, but the actual amenities. Some of them might be just something I might do if I can. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that's the thought, and I want to make sure it works because I think that where we live in South Shore, there's not enough nice places to do laundry, let alone shop sometimes. And we want places that are going to revitalize the neighborhood. And if that does it, whatever needs to be done, that's what I'm down for, bottom line.
Well, congratulations. The laundry services are one of the top 10 for 2026 in business. Yeah. And so it's a much needed as we continue to grow, and we just our population continues to grow, and the need is there. Have you thought about what your conversion rates would look like compared like the spacing? You showed a picture there.
I did.
Because there's also a couple of websites out there that have laundry service companies for sale, right? So maybe you don't have to start over in a lot of things, but also the machines may be older too.
Yes.
I think your number one cost is going to be machines.
Machines, for sure.
And I don't know if those are lease. I'm sure you can lease them or buy them. I'm not sure what the business looks like, so I was just wondering like what that conversion rate would look like.
The conversion rate is going to be a lot. Starting out, I can't lie about that. But I'm going to work with whatever I have to work with to get it moving.
Because on the weekends you can get like small businesses who sell food to come in as well, right?
That's a great idea.
And, and so that way you get that covered, and then maybe you charge them a back end to come in the door, like and then they can make whatever they make. That's a great idea. Great idea. Yeah, like a pop up.
But yeah, I mean, Though that's a great idea, actually. There's been some conversation amongst all of us, you know, who are on here trying to, you know, kind of partner with each other to try to do things with and for each other. So
Just
that
a
sounds like a great idea.
Side note, in Evanston, there is a place called the Ox, A-U-X.
The ox. Hey.
A-U-X. The
A-U-X.
Ox, yeah.
Oh, is that?
We're going to see it.
Oh, okay.
I've seen that
Awesome.
from the thought stage.
Okay.
From like where you're at right now
Okay.
to where it's already up and running and going, and
Oh,
they did
wow.
such a great. It's a community project, right? It was like it's more of a community, but it's still with the same concept.
Okay.
So
Okay.
congratulations.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcoming Jasmine Crayton of J29, where faith and wellness meet.
My name is Jasmine Crayton. I am the founder of J29. So and I know you can't see, so I'm gonna try to say where you can see. So I'm the founder of J29. So what is J29? J29 is a faith-based wellness hub that I founded out of a personal need for myself. If your life has been anything like my life in 2025, it's been rough, right? And if I'm being honest, the last couple of years have been rough. And I was finding that the places that I was going to for comfort were actually not comforting me at all. And that it wasn't aligned with my purpose. It wasn't aligned with the woman that I was becoming. It wasn't aligned with my faith. So J29 was born. As I started to talk about the idea of J29, I found out that there was a lot of women like myself. They're carrying a lot. They want spaces where they can relax, where they can vent, where they can heal and grieve, but also where they can have fun, right? So J29 offers that. J29 is a place that is centered on wellness, self-care, and faith and community. Right now, J29 is in phase 1. We are prioritizing faith-based events and programming. We just had our first pilot event, which was a cooking class this past Saturday, and it was amazing. I'm so happy about the turnout. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But we also offer other events as that you see on the board. My favorites that are coming up are the movement ones that will feature yoga, Pilates, and my absolute favorites, boot camps and dance classes. And then we have just some more pictures of the event that we had on Saturday. And every woman that attended said that they cannot wait for the next one.
Also, those cups you got.
Yes, yes. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. You see the tablecloth? Okay. So our target market are 3 groups of women. We have the 27 plus woman that is a professional. We have the mother rediscovering themselves. And then we have the 50 plus wise women seeking peace and purpose. We are purposely and intentionally programming for each demographic, but we want all of the women to come together too as well to experience one another and love on one another. Our main forms of marketing are social media, but we're also partnering with local groups or local organizations by me. So if I go back, most of these women here in these pictures do own their own businesses in the Evanston, Chicago, Skokie area. That's why I got so excited when you said Evanston. I'm like, oh my God, it's me. So it was very insightful to hear some of their feedback based upon the event. Our competitors are ironically faith-based wellness centers and local churches, okay? Those are where the women are already going for their fellowship. And you might be asking, well, why aren't you saying that other studios or wellness clubs or things like that are not our competitors? And it's because we want to be in partnership with them. We want to bring J29 into those spaces. But what makes us different from those spaces is that we're the only organization that blends faith, community, and wellness all in one place. In the future, I want you to think of J29 as a Soho house. We will be, I am getting my LCSW, so we are going to be a hub that offers faith-based clinicians, childcare, a cafe. I talked about those movement and dance classes, workshops, private event spaces, and then we will transfer over from ticket and merchandise revenue onto memberships and insurance supported services for revenue. Can you see? I'm sorry if I keep blocking you. I practiced right here, so. Okay. Right now we're in our soft launch phase. We're trying to get our name out there more than anything. So our revenue is projected about $10,000 in our first year, but by year 3, we really want to scale. By year 5, we want that hub to be in existence. The acts. So we need about $20,000 to get J29 fully off the ground, but I'm also asking, just like Robin, for everyone to scan this code. When you scan this code, you're going to be asked to join our email list. For our email list, you're not only going to get some emails of encouragement, but you also are going to get updates on when we are doing events near you. So since we're mobile, we have the opportunities to go into the city, to go into the suburbs areas, in partnership with those local libraries, park districts, and local businesses as well. So you don't want to miss out on our email list. And she spoke of those cups. That is my director of operations, my mom, Cottrell Thomas. She's the one that did the labeling and designing. She handles the finances. Thank you, Mom. But you can also email us and contact us. And I know some of y'all didn't pull out your phone to scan, so I put it again so you can scan here. And you can be updated on what we have going on because you don't want to miss out. But I just want to leave you all and say that J29 is just not a business. J29 is a community, it's empowerment, it's exactly what I needed when I was trying to figure out 2025. All righty, thank you all.
Jasmine, are you in the Evanston-Skokie area
Yes.
currently right now?
Yes.
Okay. So are you growing? You can go into Rogers Park in the city because you're mobile, right? So you can go
Yes.
to different event places and host them. That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So spiritual, personal health. Spiritual, physical health, personal growth, and family relationships are the top 3 things that entrepreneurs look for for growth.
Okay.
Right, to excel, to get to the next season of life. And so you are in perfect align to that. Are you on social media
Yes.
and TikTok and
Yes.
things like that? Oh, great. So I used to own Evanston Woman magazine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we had a pivot during the COVID season where Chicago Latina was born, but we've just rebranded it January 15th for the North Shore Life magazine.
Oh, cool.
So I'd love to invite you to write an article about, or just submit an article about your organization.
Thank you. I would love that. Thank you. Thank you.
The Evanston area,
Yeah.
the North Shore, so that's perfect, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Yes.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I don't really have a question. I just love your enthusiasm.
Oh, thank
and,
you.
your
Thank you.
Story and you kind of, found something by creating it yourself to help yourself.
Yeah.
Which I think is a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.
I want to echo that, and I do have a question in terms of your projected growth. In terms of what does growth look like in terms of, are you going to be hiring additional people to facilitate these activities and stuff like that? I just want to.
So growth looks like to me right now just getting my name out. That is the priority. I want people in the community to know J29. And right now, you asked about social media. I'm averaging about 2,500 views when I'm posting. So hopefully our numbers go up a little bit more. But growth right now is that's the goal. However, I have a cousin that teaches wellness physical classes with the dancing and stuff like that, the boot camps. So she was a part of the Saturday class that we did, and she's on board to lead some of those classes. My mom also does sip and paints and things like that. So we are definitely going to expand. It's going to be women helping women, enjoying each other, community. Yeah, so that's what growth. And then eventually a hub. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And welcoming Sonya Taylor of Taylor Orange, creating delicious content.
Hi, my name is Sonya Taylor, and through my company Taylor Orange, I create delicious content for restaurants in the Chicago area. Oh, sorry, that was that slide. When I was in college, I worked for a local diner. One day I was working the register, and I was trying to settle the bill on a very large party. About 10 people who all wanted separate checks. They always want separate checks. Suddenly a woman comes pushing through the crowd and comes up to the front demanding to speak to someone in charge. Max, the owner, comes over to see what all the fuss is about. The woman starts yelling at Max saying, you know, why is it taking so long for me to pay my bill? Max points to a little sign by the register that said, good, cheap, fast, pick two. He said, ma'am, did you enjoy your meal today? She said, well, yes, it was delicious. He said, and how about our prices? Do you like our prices? And she said, well, yes, your prices are quite reasonable. He said, well, ma'am, you had a good meal for a great price. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Please go to the back of the line. The good, cheap, fast conundrum is a challenge for restaurant owners trying to market their companies in the digital age. They want to hire an agency, but it costs too much. So they have a relative design their Facebook or their website, but then the relative disappears when they need help or they have questions. Some owners will buy a GoDaddy or a Squarespace site, but then immediately realize that they can't or don't want to manage the site by themselves. My solution. Taylor Orange takes the job of creating your website and media content off your plate. We help you create systems that will manage all of your important website and social media account information. We offer packages that fit all budgets. We fully support the products that we offer. You want to manage your restaurant, not your Instagram account. Taylor Orange can help you with that. The market. There are 16,000 licensed restaurants in the Chicago metro area. I want to help small and mid-sized restaurants I want to help small and mid-sized restaurants. That's restaurants with 100 seats. They have really bad websites and social media. So there are thousands of potential customers for me to help. Girl, y'all don't know what's out there. The marketing. There's a term in the restaurant industry called touch the table, and it's where a manager greets a guest and just gets to know the guest and tries to resolve any problems. I like to meet my customers literally where they are, and owners like that personal touch of an in-person visit. Tech-savvy owners prefer to find their resources online. So I plan to reach those customers through Facebook, Instagram, and through Google Ads. My competition. My competition is ad agencies, but ad agencies are expensive and they're very impersonal. Taylor Orange offers solutions that fit your restaurant and your budget. My other competition is social media influencers, but a lot of social media influencers charge huge fees to endorse a restaurant. Taylor Orange will create content that influences your customers without breaking the bank. The financials. I estimate a 10% growth each year. Beginning in 2026, I expect to make $50,000. In 2027, I expect that figure to rise to $55,000. And by 2028, I hope to be making over $60,000. A little bit about myself. As I mentioned, my name is Sonya Taylor. I have 35 years of experience as a print designer. I have 20 years of experience as a copywriter and editor. I have visited over 100 restaurants in the Chicago area. One of my good friends used to be an event planner for Cisco, so she would take me along on her site visits. I miss her having that job. 10 of my favorite restaurants in Chicago, ask me about them later. My ask. I'm looking for an initial investment of $10,000 for office supplies, software, subscriptions, and a co-working space. But I'm also looking for a mentor. I'm looking for a social media guru who can help guide me to resources and skills and allow me to get skills to grow and help me gain skills to grow my business. I want to thank you for listening to my presentation. As I mentioned, my name is Sonya Taylor. You can reach me at sonyalt.com, or you can give me a call at that number. Thank you very much.
Judges?
We got questions?
You got a question?
Oh,
We'll
sorry.
take care of it.
Oh, sorry about that. Forgot about that part. Ask away.
One of my friends who's in the ad business, like, I just remember just sitting with him and just lamenting the state of 98.9% of restaurants' websites. So that resonates, as well as anybody who's ever had the misfortune of trying to find a menu on a webpage. But, yeah. So I do love that. I love the fact that you are, doing like web development and social media, and I'm presuming you would also assist in content management.
Yes.
So
Actually, primarily content management.
So do you know of other operators in the space, and if so, like what's your analysis of that? How would you differentiate?
Other operators.
Like are there other folks that are setting up a concern like yours that is targeting this specific demographic?
There are huge digital and traditional agencies, but in my research, I haven't found anyone that is specifically restaurant focused. Okay. There are food focused, and then there are restaurant spaces, right, but not the restaurant, not someone that is looking to help the owners, right, with their social media, in particular with their social media, okay, and website content. So not saying that I have no competition, right, because Jay says I'm not supposed to say that. But my focus is in an area that, just as you just mentioned, that I just don't see anybody filling. So I'd like to fill it.
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
So for promoting restaurants, would you be like physically going to the restaurants to take photos of their food? Like, I guess from your like projections, are these like packages where you have some kind of a membership or a contract with the restaurant, and then you're the person that goes and helps them with their website, helps take photos for them of their food, and like, I guess learning about the business and all of that. Like, how does it work for you?
Glad you asked that. What I plan to do is offer 3 tiers of packages: the intro package, a standard package, and a premium package. The intro package is sort of a get to know me. So it can be one-offs, for instance, we just had Thanksgiving. So restaurants will have a Thanksgiving dinner, and then they forget to promote it, and they wonder why no one came in. So they can hire me to do one-offs, so a Christmas or Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day event, or they can buy a package which will give them anywhere from 5 for the intro package to as much as 25 posts a month. I will initially do the photography if it's not too much, but I would like to be able to hire a contractor because I'm a bad photographer. And I will basically, the post will be whatever they like, but I will also guide them toward things that I think will promote their business, you know, aspects that they're not filling.
My second question for your ask was 10,000,
Yes.
and then for a social media mentor, would that be someone that you're paying as well, or would it just be someone?
No,
that's
I
working
would.
with you?
I would like to not pay them. I would like. So any pro bono out there, I would like a pro. Yes, I would like a mentor, someone that has walked the walk already. So as I mentioned, I have 35 years combined as a digital and print designer and as a copywriter. So I've done the front end, but not the back end. So I would like someone to help me. I know how to do the assets. I know how to make your website look pretty. I don't really know right now. I don't know some of the other aspects of social media because I'm making a pivot to social media.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so my question was just what Ashley was just saying, just the, so during COVID, I volunteered to help at restaurants in Evanston, to help boost their business and social network. And there was one particular restaurant I worked at for free, but it was to really close the gap. And one of the things he was lacking as he came back from COVID was the social media component, right? And so restructuring that and everything. But what I noticed was the time at his restaurant, taking the photos, you know, grasping all that. So time management, have you thought about what that actually would look like? Because, you know, you want to make sure that you're being paid. So when you create your packages, you know, the time that you're spending with the client, you may want them to take photos and then they can send them to you. And then you can upload them yourself, you know, instead of you being on the property all the time. So just looking at that is really important because once you have 10 restaurants that you're working with, your time, yeah.
No,
So have you
definitely,
considered that as
definitely.
part-
I learned the hard way about that. So what I'd like to do is construct the packages, and everything is customizable.
Okay.
So you know, everything can be a la carte.
Right.
You know, I would prefer to do the photography either myself or have a professional because I mentioned before about those bad websites and social media. So owners aren't the best at that, and it rather defeats the purpose if I let them do it themselves. So so the packages are designed to take that into account. But no, thank you. You're very right. I learned that you can do too much for free.
Yeah.
So I've spent a lot of time in sort of designing them. So like I said, the lowest package offers 5 posts a month. So it's not going to be too much of a time drain. And I've created lots of templates. And so that's helpful too, that they can just pick a theme and a template. And then I just customize it for their particular restaurant.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, thank you.